Hey folks, welcome to Life is Good, y'all, and today we're going to build ourselves a deck. Life is good, y'all. Alright, well today I'm going to start working on building the deck for the back of this home here. Alright, here we go. And that's not what I did, is I decided to borrow an idea from a friend of mine. And now, if you look down, I'm going to use concrete pavers. I found them here on the property, so it didn't cost me a thing. And I've already leveled out the ground and leveled out where I put the pavers. So as you can see, these posts are sitting on these pavers without anything fastening them down, which is awesome. So that tells me that I did my job. We're going to the back end up first. Okay, we'll get it right where we want it to put up on the post, and then we'll tack on the sides, and then we'll come back here and we'll do the front and get that knocked out. If you're looking at the post and you're okay, none of these look even whatsoever, there's a reason for it, and that is I'm not a good mathematician, and I tend to screw up a lot when it comes to being real precise. To combat that, I'm just going to tack it up as I would, and then I'm going to come back to this bad boy, and I'm just going to cut off what I don't need. It'll be right on the money. Another thing is I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to get it about right here, just under the door jamb. Now the reason for it is because when I put decking on here, the decking is going to come up to about right there, and it gives me some wiggle room between here and here. So that way when we step off into the deck, it's not like you're going to step off and go, oh. Kind of made a little bit of a mistake. It's my fault. We were supposed to put the post at the very end because this is at 10 foot. So we're going to pull this back off, move it over, then we'll re-secure it. We should be fine. Things happen. This is all part of building. Got a couple of joists put in right here, lining up with the posts joists on the inside. We even got a support joist going across the middle. What I'm going to do for some extra reassurance here, I'm going to put some more wood up under here just to hold it. I'm going to firm it up to this, so that way this has no chance of coming down ever. Almost done with this deck. I'm surprised that it turned out as good as it did, considering this is the very first time I've ever done one. I put the diagonal beams all around. I even did a little bit in the back. Look at me, just check this out. This is not moving. I still got 3 more of those posts to cut out. It's a lot of work to do it that way. And also, for those that are keeping score at home, I'm sure that y'all already know this, but being this is my first time, I'm just learning this. Electric Sawzall, not as good as the corded one. So I have to pace myself on what I'm gonna do. Hey, but you know, we live and learn. One thing that I did or did not do, call it what you want, I thought I counted up enough of these joists here to account for the whole deck. Apparently, I got all the way to the end and I'm short one. So I gotta go back and get one more before I can start doing the decking. But that's not bad, especially for someone who doesn't do math very well. But I do want to say, couldn't have done it without Mr. Caleb over there. He helped me out tremendously. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just got to cut off the posts over there, and then we're ready to start the decking, and boom. Oh. Okay, so right now we've got most of the deck finished down below. All I got left here to do is just put on these last 3 planks, and then the bottom of the decking will be finished. After I get done with that, then I'm going to start putting up the railing and the posts, and we'll see how that goes. All right, let's do this. You're probably wondering why I didn't put more screws in here. A little bit later today, I'll come back with a nail gun and I'm just going to tack it down. That's what I did with the rest of the deck because that's a lot of screws to be using. All right, also, let me explain this just in case. Every board that I lay down, I spaced each one evenly with one of these. So that way it would have an even gap across the deck. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and I'm going to use the saw to get that cut up, and then we're finished over here. If I was a professional contractor, I would have had this thing pre-cut and pre-measured and everything, or sorry, pre-measured and then just cut up before I laid it down. But because I'm not good with mathematics, I wanted to get it as close to as right as possible. So I ended up having to finish it off here using a handsaw and just getting it as tight as I could. Well, now the decking floor has been completed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually put posts up here so I can do railings. I've already pre-cut a number of these. I'm going to tack them up here like so. I'm going to go in the 4 corners first, get them up, then I'm going to put the railings on. And then after the railings are completed, down here, I've got this set up to where we're going to do steps. We're going to do steps to lead up to the deck. So let me go ahead and start putting these up. Railings done. Noah, high five. Backside in the hole. You two sleep. Well, we got it done. Take a look. Deck boards are completed. The outside posts are completed. Got railings up on all 3 sides. I think it looks really good, especially for someone who's never built anything before. Not like this. Super happy, super satisfied. And now we move on to the steps. If you take a look at this real quick, I just use this for just to kind of get an idea of what I want to do. I'm actually going to build the steps to be a little bit longer to go outward and a little less steep. So that way it'll be easier for step down. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Staircase is done. Safe, secure, and level. Just to kind of do a quick recap of what we've done here. We've laid out the decking boards on the floor. We've put up the rails around the main frame of this deck. And then today I began work on stairs of this deck. And then lastly, we're doing the rails here. This is my first time doing this, so every step that I take, I feel like I'm in the dark and I'm not sure, when I put my foot forward, where's it gonna land? So it feels like real thing's just a lot of guesswork. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't done this much math in about 15 years. So I feel like I'm getting a refresher course on angles, degrees, slope, and everything. It's trying to come back, but as you can see, everything is steady. Everything is secure, everything is level, and that's what's important. Everything's got to be level, everything's got to be sturdy. I'm just going to go ahead and put the last rail on, we're at last post, and then once I get done, I'm going to put a top rail on here to finish this out. And we're just going to call this thing quits. Those of y'all who don't know, this is my little baby girl, Evelyn. She's 4 months old. Isn't she cute? Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Well, now that the deck is finished, I want to talk briefly what I would have done different. And that is, I would have drawn the dimensions of this deck a little bit differently. When I started to think this out, I was only thinking we should only go so far with the deck and then stop. Not really taking into account, when you go buy the lumber, what size lumber you're actually getting. So what happened here was I did like a 10 by 13 deck, and I spent more money on certain pieces of lumber when really, if I was going to buy the lumber, I should have just extended it out to 20 feet. So I lost 7 feet on that. So what I would have done differently is I would have just gone to 13 feet. I would have went out to 20 feet and then just said, let's do it that way. When we start doing the front deck, I'm going to take all that into consideration, and that's what I would have done differently. Life is good, y'all. And remember, keep crafting your good life.